Turn the radio off right now and listen to The Chris Miles Show.
Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. Now presenting your host, Chris Miles.
What's going on, people? What's happening? We are here. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. Somebody had just actually came in and said, you know what? I can't hear anything. So we're here. We're live. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. This is episode 57. The title, Mr. Producer, is called what?
Nigga shit.
What is it called once again?
Nigga shit.
Nigga shit. All right. Let me go on and give out the social media handles. If you are on TikTok, you can find us at I'm Chris Miles. If you're on Facebook, where we are now, you can find us on I'm Chris Miles. If you are on Instagram, you can find us on I'm Chris Miles. If you are on Snapchat, which I never use, but you can find us at I'm Chris Miles. Also, too, we're asking everybody that's hearing my voice to go to our YouTube page to subscribe, like, and follow. Once again, go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, and follow. Hit the like button to follow all of our content. So, today we are talking about, the title of the show is called Nigga Shit. And the reason that we're doing a show on nigga shit, or that's the title of the show, is because we are our own worst enemies. There's nobody damning like we are. Like, we just seem not to be able to figure out what is going on. When it comes to finance, we're on the ass end of the stick. When it comes to entrepreneurship, we're on the ass end of the stick. Education, we're on the ass end of the stick. Medicine, we're on the ass end of the stick. Healthcare, ass end of the stick. Like, shit is just really bad for us. And this has a lot to do with the aspect of, we just really have what I would say is poor leadership in the black community.
Yeah, I agree.
And so what we want to do today is we actually want to point out the poor leadership that is destroying our community. Okay? And that is what we are here to do today, to work on, is to basically point out the fact of we have to do a better job on correcting. What's going on, Derek? Thank you for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. But we have to do a better job, people, on collectively working together. And so we got quite a few individuals that we're going to bring up. One of the things I was telling Mr. Producer about is that I see is a problem in the black community are the ministers. Like the ministers that's in the black community mislead the black community. And this shit has to change. What you say, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, because I feel that because a lot of times, most of the time, they the go-to when it comes to people needing information or, trying to figure out the right thing to do. It's the community leaders, and I think they number one. If the minister can't reach the lost flock, then you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like, you know, the community is kind of doomed.
So we have TD Jakes on our screen or on your screen, okay? For correction on your screen. TD Jakes has one of the biggest churches in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He's very well known, black minister, and very well, I would say, very deceptive. Like, we have people that in the black community that follow this guy, you know, will follow him to hell. And there are so many things that I see prevalent and wrong in the black community, but these guys don't address the issues, man. Like, they're very elusive and evasive when it comes to problems in our community.
Yeah, they tell a lot of the good, feel good stories. They don't give the laws verbatim. They don't tell some of the tragedies and some of the hardships and some of the hard truths that, you know, the Bible speaks of.
Right. And so for me, Mr. Producer, it's a thing. I'm just positioning myself, people, so I can look directly in the camera and speak. But for me, it's problematic because when it's on the level of where we should be as a people, we're not there, and we have to blame the TD Jakes. Like, these guys are not doing what they are supposed to do. When you see so many young black men out there today that's in prison, that's doing time, why they're not out there confronting the issues?
Right.
Why they're not? I mean, this guy here is a multimillionaire. Where's the industry that he's supposed to be creating?
Exactly. I was just about to comment on it. I don't know the statistic, but just think about how much money the black church brings in every Monday, deposits into a bank.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
I'm just saying they pull in so much money for people paying tithes. Why aren't those tithes tied to the community?
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that about the tithes, because what happens with the tithes, Mr. Producer, guess what? Those tithes go into a white bank, which is a white institution, and it helps to build up their community.
Right.
And that's sad. So what I'm saying is that these guys are taking it. You imagine somebody that has the following that TD Jakes has. Okay? I don't know. I would say probably 15, 20,000 people, I think now. Maybe you got an opportunity to look it up, that attends this man's church. And one thing about them, guess what? Those people are paying tithes. Like, they ain't them people in that church. They ain't paying $10 and $20. They putting money in the bank. All of that money that the church raised goes into the bank, and those very people there that put money into TD Jakes' hands that goes into the church, goes into the bank, they receive no benefits whatsoever.
He has, for that church, this is church now. This ain't like a football stadium or baseball stadium. Every Sunday with attendance over 23,000 people. And plus they have a sanctuary with the overflow room, which means I guess they got TVs and couches and more seating since they not in the main room, they can watch it, you know, on the big screen or something. So
this is right. So that's what I'm saying.
Imagine it's 2,300 people. Imagine all
23,000.
23,000. I mean, imagine all them people gave
$100.
Wow.
This is every Sunday, right?
This every Sunday.
Wow.
This every Sunday. Every Sunday.
So this is what I'm talking about, black people. Now, Mr. Producer made something. We were talking about in the city we come from, Everybody there are scammers. Everybody. They scammers. All they want to do is set up some nonprofit to try to scam the city out of money. Am I correct?
You're right.
Okay. So imagine the ministers there, one in particular we know, right? Well, he probably, how many people you say you think he got? We got to call no name.
Maybe 30.
30 people. Is that relatively conservative, right?
I mean, I guess it's good.
Okay.
At least he got 30 people
Okay.
coming to
All
church.
right. So, well, he wouldn't be the one that's taking up a substantial amount of money that they're putting money into the going back into the bank. I'm sure that they're making putting some money in there. You know, maybe a couple of thousand on average, right? You would say.
I mean, I don't personally want to give him that much credit, but if you want to.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him that much credit. We say a couple of thousand that they maybe come up with on a Sunday, right? That they put into they send back into the to the bank.
I'm gonna see if I can Google it while you talking.
But the point is, what I'm saying is, like, our community should not be in dire strait, man, just based off the church. There shouldn't be a crime element in the black in the black community. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
Based off the church.
With all that money coming in, it could be so
Man,
many
listen,
programs, so many community centers. It'd be a lot of. It could be job opportunities. You know, the church could hire people to, you know, cut the grass, clean. You know, I don't know. It's a money maker.
So, this is what Dr. Umar Johnson was talking about too. How the black church has failed black people. But you will get a minister that will blame somebody that's managing city government. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When in fact, they're supposed to be the Levite. They're supposed to be the people that go out. And when you see crime, there's a crime riveted area there's an infestation of crime and certain things going on. They're supposed to be that conduit that
right.
goes out there to confront the problem in the black community. Hey, wait a minute, this ain't. But guess what? This is what we were talking about the other day. This is why I had posted on my Facebook page about the two. I was intending to get that for you, Mr. Producer. The two gay individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, but they can go out here and talk about crime,
Right.
Violence, murder, but they ain't addressing that.
Right.
Why? What happened to real black men being in the church? What happened to that?
I mean, black men don't go to church no more, man.
Why? Why they don't?
Man, they trying to find their own way, man. They're trying to find the answer themselves.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a fact of poor leadership in the goddamn black community. And it starts with the people that's supposed to be leading us at the top. This man, TDJ's got 23,000 members and an overflow of probably what? Maybe another 5. Right?
Right. I mean, yeah. Easy.
So we would say 28, 29,000 people come in there every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Just say 29. He got 29,000 people. He getting $100 off of that. And we know people in there paying more than that, man.
Man.
But, and this is the crazy part. Those people that go to this church, they are the upper echelon black folks in the black community.
Most definitely.
They are not poverty stricken. They're very well mannered, very well educated. They're not misinformed. They're not disgruntled.
Most definitely.
And you mean to tell me we have to go to other people who are shutting down industries around us to survive?
Man. Man, that's a hard pill to swallow if you think about it, man.
So every other nationality out there except black people step up to help their community. When there's a problem, they step up. Right. And notice something we do. We go to everybody else's community and we support their community. Right. If there's something tragic happens, we go in there, we stand with them, we fight with them, we do this, we do that. But when it comes to us, what happens? Nobody shows up.
Get looked over, man. Get looked over.
So black people, when do we step up and take the initiative to do for ourselves? When do we get a grip on our kids, chastise our kids? When do we take back things in our community and we build our community up? Instead of placing the blame on other people, because we have the resources. We got the people, the churches. I can only imagine those churches, the black churches in Dallas, Fort Worth area, man, they're probably putting $50-60 million in the bank on Sunday.
Man, don't forget about old Creflo Dollar, man.
Yeah, but Creflo is here.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about how much.
Yeah, exactly. He got the dome. But that's what I'm saying, man. I'm
just saying over here it's very crime ridden.
But Mr. Producer, please help me understand this. How is it, man, that the crime is what it is when we got the resources.
We got $1 trillion spending. We got $1 trillion spending power.
We got $1 trillion spending. Exactly. Thanks for that. And we ain't got no job.
Ain't created no job.
Man. But we got folks out here want to create goddamn nonprofits.
Man, got the hand up.
This is crazy, man. I mean, I'm really, I can't say I'm puzzled at this point, but a lot of stuff in our community, man, it doesn't add up. For the life of me, I haven't been able to really, to figure this shit out, why things are what they are in our community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we seem to be captivated by all of the other things that really doesn't matter, except the things that we should focus on.
The future of our people. Because if don't nobody care about what happens to the next generation, then that generation ain't gonna care, and that generation ain't gonna care. Then we gonna dwindle till we ain't here no more, till we wiped out.
Well, and that's one of the other things too. So where are the black ministers on policy? Where are they on affirmative action? Now, this is the thing. I'm not saying that we're supposed to have affirmative action for the fact of we need it. But then you got to have something in tow to make people do what they're supposed to do. So where are they on these issues? Why those issues? Are they discussing these issues at their church?
I don't think so.
You know what? Next week, people, we're going to open the phone lines up. Because I want phone calls to come into this studio, and I want to find out why. I need answers at this point, Mr. Producer. I just do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to keep pumping this, man. We got to figure out our lane. We got to figure out a way.
You and I
to grow our community. Everybody, we talked about this. I think a couple weeks ago. The Hispanic people, they got the roofing, the used tire lane, you know what I'm saying, lined up. Everybody need used tires. Everybody need a new roof. I mean, the Asian people, they got the hair weave. They got the food.
That's true.
The Hindus, they got all the corner stores, the cheap rundown roach hotels.
Right.
They got all them. Muslims got the stoves, and everybody got a lane, and everybody got something going on
Except us.
except us. We don't you know, it's people out there with successful businesses, but one of our biggest issues, we try to sell to each other instead of finding something that everybody needs.
Well, the thing is, Mr. Producer, we like to flaunt our wealth
Right.
in front of others, still saying, you know what, let me help this young brother come up. Let me do something that is beneficial for him and to him to help his family. You know, so we all come up together.
Right.
You know, as a cohesive unit. We don't people. This is something that we don't do. You understand? We don't put our resources together. Like, you know, you got these ministers taking the money in. They're not going to these. They're not going to these banks after they deposit those thousands or millions of dollars into the bank. They don't go back to the bank by Wednesday within 48 hours and demand that we are able to acquire loans. You might have a young man out there. You could have a young man that goes to a church. Okay, he might want to start a landscaping business. He should be able to go to the bank to acquire the resources, and when in fact they're his resources. You understand? First and foremost, they ain't the banks. Banks don't have money. That is also very deceptive.
Yeah, man, that is deep.
But the fact of the matter is, he should be able to acquire the resources needed.
Yeah.
To start his business.
All our time
and
money.
You know
all
what?
our time money
guess
go
what?
to their church.
Exactly.
Go to their bank. All the time money go to their bank, and they can get a loan, business loan like that. But we, you know,
but Mr. Producer, listen. So just imagine I'm the little dude that's I started a landscaping business, right?
Right.
Now I want you to think about this. I cut grass. I do landscaping. Right? You say this man got 23,000, an overflow of roughly right at 30,000 people go to his church, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a landscaping business. So imagine me doing if it was just 100 people there. 100 people out of 29,000 people.
Right.
I'm doing their yard work. I can survive. I can hire people. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you was talking about, how the black community we can reparate ourselves.
It's easily.
We ain't got to go to the fucking government and say, oh, Congress, we need to, because Congress has been fucking us for the longest. And we ain't talking about we talking about the black caucus. They ain't doing shit. And you know what? This is the other thing. They're not there so that policies are put in place to help black people. They're only simply there to make sure that Democrats have the votes.
Right.
That's what they're there for. They're not there to help you. They're simply there to make sure Joe Biden and all these other people who are Democrats have the vote. And they don't do shit for you collectively. And this is some bullshit that needs to stop. Because when you look at it, like Mr. Producer said, all other nationalities out here have something fixated about what they do, a service that they provide. We don't have shit. But guess what we will do? Lil Ray will come kick my goddamn door in, God forbid, and hold me. And I don't want to put a negative energy, a negative vibe out there. But these are the things that's going on. And then we get these simple Negroes out here to, oh, well, we need to pray to the ancestors. The ancestors supposed to do. What are they supposed to do, Mr. Producer?
Man, they gone, man.
Huh?
They did their part.
They did. When they were here, they didn't do anything. So what are they supposed to do?
Man. They can't do nothing.
We have forgotten, as a people, we've forgotten what it is like to pray to our Maker, to get out of the hardship that we deal with on a regular. And that's so unfortunate. And I'm going to say this. The only way that the problem is straightened out or corrected, we have to do that. How many of you all out there prepared to take the initiative, to take the lead, to go out here to fight the battle that needs to be fought? Mr. Producer, when something goes on, we go out here, we donate money to the cause. It's enough of us out here. We got engineers, doctors, lawyers. We got everything efficient in our community for us to be a vibrant community, like all these other nationalities. But you know what we don't have? We don't have camaraderie. We hate each other. I've never been like that. I have never been the type of person that goes out here to hate on another person based off of he might be doing better than I am. If anything, it's motivation for me. Let me just say this. Michael Esther, thank you for tuning in to Chris Miles Show. LaQueta Savage, hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. We need everybody that's out there that's watching the Chris Miles Show. Please share this link on your page. Copy the link and share it on your page. We need this message to go out because the dynamics of what this is, it has to change. We got some tangible information that we're going to be bringing forward here to try to change the dynamics of our community. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. We was playing a video earlier, Mr. Producer, about what they're talking about October 4th, correct?
Oh, yeah.
They got some stuff going on. National Emergency, FCC, they're getting ready to. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on, people. Well, we can't rerun the video because it's copyright, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're not going to even talk about it. Okay. Well, what we will do is it'll be in next week's show. Make a note of that. So, Mr. Producer, bring up. I need Congress, man. I need the image of Congress.
Talk all them people standing there?
Exactly. That's what I need.
Let me see.
Because I think when there's an issue, right? We run to these people here. You got Sheila Jackson Lee, Hakeem Jeffries, all of these people here are in Congress.
Yeah.
They're part of the Black Coalition or whatever the hell they're called. Black Congressional Congress members, whatever it's called, right?
Right.
But they don't do anything. You and I was just talking the last 2 weeks. We don't even have a crime bill. Now I want you to now hold on. I want you to look at the conglomerate of faces that are there. These people look like we do. And you mean to tell me they can't get a crime bill pushed through for protection? Like, let's look at what happened down in Jacksonville back here a few weeks ago. The young man going in there shooting
Dollar General, yeah.
at the Dollar General, went in there and shot up the Dollar General, shot 3 innocent black people. One of the guys worked there. I think he had been working there 3 months. Another girl, he shot through the window and killed this girl. Another person going on the aisle, he saw him, he turned. And he allowed people of other nationality, preferably white folks, to leave out of there and targeted black folks. So, although what he did was wrong and it was evil, it was despicable, these people here are to blame for that. I know Ron DeSantis is a piece of shit. That's a given.
Very much so.
But Ron DeSantis is doing what Ron DeSantis is supposed to do. That's the whole point. Ron DeSantis is not our friend. He's going to legislate policies against us. That's why the school curriculum in the state of Florida has changed. The man is doing what he was elected to do. Everybody is against us. But what's most hurtful about all of this stuff, we're against each other. Like, we could heal these problems simply by all of us working together. Here it is. I do okay for myself. Mr. Producer do. We got property. We came up with another concept that we're working on right now. We actually hope to have it up next month, up and running. You understand what I'm saying? But the point is, the longevity of this business venture that we're getting ready to enter into is largely dependent upon people in our community supporting it. That's why I say we could reparate ourselves, providing we would channel or centralize our resources. We were talking about earlier, TD Jakes has roughly 29,000 people at his church. All the young men that are there, I'm assuming that there are some, should be focusing on entrepreneurship and providing a service for the people that attend that church.
Right.
That's survival. That's how you centralize the money. That money is within the community, and it never has to exit. Exactly. Mr. Producer just said we have a total of roughly $1.8 trillion of spending capital. But everybody else is within our community getting those trillions of dollars. And we wonder why we have poverty in our community. We wonder why the crime element is what it is. And that's why you get these broke down preachers that go out here or blame somebody else for some shit that they're supposed to be doing. Then you have these people in Congress. All of these black faces don't do a fucking thing for the community. But guess what they do? When it's time to get those votes up,
shit, they out there.
They out there.
Foot's on the ground.
They foots on the ground. They go get Al Sharpton and they bring out Martin Luther King III, and we got to keep the dream alive, and we've come a long way, but we got a extra 10,000 miles to go. All this dumb shit, and the shit is fixable by us centralizing our money. That's all we got to do. But we can't seem to figure this shit out. Like, this shit just is elusive. Like, all of the black leadership, including these black people in Congress, are not talking about this. They had their black guy that was a Republican wanted to join them. They said, no, you couldn't join. Why? Because he was a Republican.
Damn.
But he's black, but he's a Republican. They wouldn't let him join. You know why? Because they only exist to bring votes into the Democratic Party. It's a voting block. They don't do shit for us. That's why you don't have a crime bill today. That's why there's not a crime bill. That's why the things that you see going on in the black community is prevalent, because this is why this show is called, episode 57 is called Nigga Shit. Because there's poor leadership. From the ministers to the people in Congress, it's fucking poor leadership. And you got a motherfucker like me that's a fucking nobody out here. If I can figure this shit out, why the fuck they can't do it? Now think about that.
Try to keep people asleep, man.
I'm broke down, one leg, and I can figure this shit out. Like, this is what we got to do. At some point in time, Mr. Producer, the game has to change, brother. You understand what I'm saying? These people in Congress, all of them should be voted the fuck out, because they don't represent a tangible cause based upon what the people need.
They don't represent growth. They just want to control, keep it where it's at.
Right.
Keep the minds where they at.
Right. And that's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you that it's misleading. It's so misleading because we don't do what we supposed to do for each other. But guess what? When something happened, here comes Ben Crump. Here comes Al Sharpton. Here come the people in Congress. But nothing ever gets done. And every 6 months, it's a revolving cycle of the same bullshit going on. You mean to tell me the situation that happened down there in Jacksonville, Tennessee? We had something with the white kid, Dylan Roof Storm in South Carolina, where he went into church.
Yeah.
That should have been the last episode of black people being targeted by racist white people.
I mean, these guys are leaving manifestos about how much they hate black people.
Yeah.
Ain't that's hate? Ain't shit. Why we can't get a hate bill off that?
A crime bill, right? Exactly.
I mean,
yeah, it's exactly.
I mean, they after they kill themselves and you find their manifesto. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry.
You know, let me say this, Mr. Producer. I had an opportunity while in Montgomery to talk to. I have to share this with you. Okay, you ready for this? You ready for this, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I talked to the DA, Darrell Bailey. Darrell Bailey told me that they're getting ready to charge these young black men who walk around in red, blue, or who's basically look to be gang affiliate. So if you are, and this is what I'm talking about, how Congress and preachers are failing the black community. We got these kids out here who have attached themselves to gang members or to a gang for camaraderie or whatever, right? And guess what? They're getting ready to pop their ass with RICO. But you know what, Mr. Producer? Let me say this, man. I'm just using it as a form of sarcasm.
Right.
I mean, what about the fraternities? Could they not be hit with they walk around with the same goddamn dumbass colors on?
I don't think they out there, with the Glock 30, man. So I don't think they walk around with pistols.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm just, But even a lot of them, man, they lost too. Like, I'm like, I was having a conversation with somebody just yesterday about, we were watching the game and we were talking about the fraternities. Like, let's use this as a comparison, right? You have white men and women who were pledged a fraternity or sorority while they're in college. They're young. Anywhere between 19 to 25, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
They'll pledge a fraternity or sorority. But guess what? When they get out of college, that shit is a thing of past. I know black men today who are in their 60s pledging a goddamn fraternity.
You talking about still trying to get in? Or?
Listen, man.
Or they just representing?
I turned.
They just representing that they trying to get in? No,
listen to me. I turned 55 back here on August the 31st, right? Had a birthday.
Right.
I know guys older than me who are 60 years old recently pledged Omega Psi Phi and Kappa Alpha Psi, Ka Psi. Your dad was a Kappa.
Yeah.
So was my brother. But what I'm saying, they pledged when they were in school, man. Right. We talking about guys out here working jobs are pledging. I mean, I'm like, what's the lot? So is this the shit we got to do to feel important? I mean, what I'm saying, what is the logic behind this, man? Like I see all of this shit that's going on in our community, and it doesn't add up to me.
Because they trying to be part of the brotherhood, man.
What brotherhood?
Get them connections.
What connection?
I'm saying,
I
man,
just gave, hold on, Mr. Producer. Let's have this conversation. I just gave you some connection. So if they ain't connecting in that way, what connection, what are they connecting on?
it's camaraderie, man.
Okay. So it's camaraderie. It's more so camaraderie, not the connection.
I mean, it might be some connections involved too, man. But probably camaraderie, man.
Okay.
Get your name in that book.
The point is, Mr. Producer, like I said, you have the ministers, you have the people in Congress who have failed black people. Okay? Bring me up my next image. Whatever image you want to bring up, we're going to break it down. Once again, everybody, I'm asking everybody to share the Chris Miles Show on your page. Share it on your page. For the ones that are watching, share it. And go to YouTube, our YouTube page, the Chris Miles Show. Subscribe, like, and follow. Hit the like button. What we got next, Mr. Producer?
Trying to find it, man. Oh, here you go.
Like, we got issues, people.
But this man right here, he trying to create strong young men.
Okay. Deion. Yeah, so I'm glad he brought up Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders had his mom at the game last night.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. And I was completely blown about this, Mr. Producer, because the guy that was the other coach of Colorado State is also black. I thought he was a white guy.
He looked Hispanic to me, but
yeah, well, I don't know. I guess I looked at it wrong. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all people. I hadn't been right since this goddamn after this COVID shit. I mean, I'm losing my thought, my body breaking down, and I'm telling you all people, y'all they can get mad all they want to. I mean, I got some issues. Like I'm slowing down. I am literally slowing down from this. And it was not my choice to take the COVID shot, but I had cancer back here, and it was pretty much forced on me because I was like, okay, well, you can't get treatment and all this other shit. I'm struggling with my memory. There's a lot of things that are going on with me that I know that's not right. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, we're going to talk about that too. But back to the issue of Deion Sanders. What you got on this issue with him? Because you are, when I first met you back in the day, you were talking about Deion Sanders. So I'm gonna let you get your spiel, and I'm gonna give mine.
I mean, what's already known ain't really got to be talked about, man. I'm saying he's the greatest cornerback to ever live. He's also a great motivator of men. He's been coaching his sons, bringing his sons up. Been there for him ever since they was kids, and I mean, look at him now, man. I'm saying, he's for black men. He's trying to grow and give these young men the playbook. How to succeed in life.
Mr. Producer, let me say something, right?
Yeah.
I admire Deion a lot. Okay, let me tell you why. Deion came up without a father. He had a stepfather.
Right.
But his biological father wasn't in his life. But he had all of the intangibles around him, people. And he saw things that were manifesting that wasn't favorable for him and his mother. So he vowed to change that situation. And the Most High God gave him a talent to be a person that's able to reach people.
Yeah, very much so.
Now he has a talent of he's a very well spoken person. He's inspirational, and he's able to motivate people. When a person is on their last, when they feel like they can't dig any deeper, Dion is that person that brings everything they have into them, all of the continuity, the energy. He's able to bring that out and to turn it into a positive. But this is what I want to say, people. Since we on the topic of nigga shit today, right? Deion Sanders is the perfect example why black fathers are needed in the home. Let me reiterate what I just said, and let me say it with passion. Deion Sanders, who was at Jackson State, who left Jackson State last year, it hadn't even been a year. He goes to Colorado, who had one win last year. Only one win. Now they got what, 3?
You 3-0.
They 3-0. He's done all of this in less than a year's time. And I want you all to think, now we're talking about, as my thing at one time, Deion was even going to TD Jake show. I don't think he disassociated himself from it. And I don't know because I'm not in Dallas. But the point is what I'm saying, people, is that Deion Sanders has figured out the formula. That's why he's so well liked. People associate with his greatness. He's a likable person. He's a likable person. You know, all these notifications coming to my watch. But he's a likable person because what is going on is what he's done is he has changed the setting of how people perceive him, how people see certain things moving with him. He got his kids. What is it?
Shador.
Shador. What's the other kid name?
Shiloh.
Shador and Shiloh. And then you got
Deion Sanders Jr.
Jr. That's what's it? Jarrell's partner.
He got his daughter over there too playing basketball.
For Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, people. The man is something spectacular. Really. He's something spectacular. And the whole point of purpose is, at this point, is what I'm saying to everybody out there. What folks have to understand, what people have to know, people have to be able to be a Deion Sanders on a smaller level. You understand what I'm saying?
Very much so.
See? So, all of these things that we see going on out here in society today, these things are fixable. Some of us, like I said, some of us have the formula. Some of us have the formula. You understand what I'm saying? And the point is, he's a perfect example why these black kids need their father.
I agree 100%.
Look what his kids are doing.
All of them excelling.
We had back here was it been 2 months now, Mr. Producer? We had Javier Bailey on.
Yeah.
A successful attorney in Memphis, who farm represents Ja Morant, the basketball player in Memphis. All of his kids are exceptional, but he's been in their lives.
Yeah, they taking after their dad.
So look, take what's your guy? Stephen Reed down in Montgomery. His dad was there. This kid is, like you say, what he's done is historic. That's why you got people there in the city hates him. Yeah. They don't hate this guy because the crime. They hate him because he succeeded at something, and they ain't succeeded at shit.
Yeah, another thing about that, it regardless of people that hate on the man to say this and say that man stepped in history. Like he's the first. He's the first of something. First black male. He'll forever be known as that. He will go down in history.
Right.
When they rewrite history books, he will be in the history book forever. So
people, Deion Sanders we all should inspire to be like him. I mean, it's not hard. You just got to have faith and determination, and it's feasible. Like this guy made $1 million off sunglasses in one day,
man,
because he's likable. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, y'all think about people, man. Come on, Mr.
And I mean,
Producer.
if you look at it, man, he's giving back to the community.
Think about this, man. This dude, look at this shit, man.
He's helped raising the next, generation of black men.
In one day, this is what I'm talking about. We could reparate ourselves, man. In one day, they made $1.2 million off of sunglasses. That's major. Well, we got all these people around here. Who's supposed to be leading us. They ain't leading us. That's the point. That's why this show today is called Nigga Shit. Have you all had enough of the nigga shit? We shut down business. We hate on each other. We don't support each other. We do all of the bad things based off of what, Mr. Producer? Nigga shit.
Nigga shit.
Give me my next image, Mr. Producer. Kind of sound like them. Give me my theme music.
Man, what you got about Tyler, man?
Tyler Perry. What I got to say about Tyler is going to be, real brief. Tyler Perry recently tried to purchase BT.
I bring up him too then.
Thank you. So you got Tyler Perry and Byron Allen, who are both billionaires in the black community. Okay? Tyler Perry recently tried to purchase BET. Many of you all may know that Tyler Perry was also advertising the little application on your cell phone about what? The products of what you could stream on BET.
Right.
Tyler Perry was advertising that for BET. So when is it Viacom? Whoever the guys were getting ready to sell BET, Tyler Perry said, "Step up. I want to buy BET." Now remember, initially BET was owned by Bob Johnson.
Right.
Out of DC.
We had it.
Okay. He sold it to people that wasn't of our interest, right?
Right.
All right. Tyler Perry stepped up. They said, well, we'll sell it for $1 billion. We just want out of it. Tyler Perry said, no problem. I got it. He went to purchase BET. They said, no, we want $2 billion for it. Tyler Perry said, okay, we'll make that happen. He went to put up the $2 billion to purchase BET. The owner of the BET said, no, you know what? We want $3 billion. He went to Byron Allen. They came up with a deal. They say, you know what? The both of us will go in on BET, and we will be majority owners of BET. Okay? We'll buy it. You know what happened?
Shit, they declined it.
They declined the deal.
Man.
Okay? So something that was initially started by a black man who sold it to some Jewish owners or Jewish people, they refused to sell it back to black people, which is called black entertainment television. But there's a couple of components to that, the reason why they don't, because you got to understand something. Whoever controls media controls the minds. Okay? Once again, whoever controls the media controls the minds. They don't want black people to have that kind of control. This is why, as we talked about last week, why abortions are being done away with. This is about keeping white supremacy at an echelon. So, Tyler Perry ended up not getting BET. Now think about all of those streams that he convinced black people to go out there and buy. That the money that was brought in off of those streams. Now, Byron Allen has stepped up to buy Disney. And you and I was talking about this earlier. Now, to me, this is funny.
Yeah, it is.
Because Byron Allen and Tyler Perry, with all of the money that they have, they're really not that smart. Because guess what? You will never get Disney.
No.
That shit won't ever happen. A black man owning Disney? Walt Disney? No, that won't happen. Hell will freeze over first. And this is why Bill Cosby had the problems he had. Remember when he tried to buy NBC?
Right.
All of his problems started after that. Women started accusing him of drugging him and all of this other stuff. He had no problems before that. He was a nigga that stepped out of his place.
Man.
So what I'm saying to everybody out there, these individually, black people are doing well for themselves. Collectively, we are not. That's the problem. This is why I'm talking about how we create wealth. Like, we could reparate ourselves. And instead of, you got, between Tyler Perry and Byron Allen, if they got money to put out there to buy Disney, why not go start your own goddamn Disney? Think about it.
Hire some black people.
And hire your own people to work there. Give them jobs. So we all eat. Come on, somebody. Help me, somebody.
Come on now.
But you know what? It's an ego trip for him. He wants to go out here and say, oh man, shit, I own Disney.
They want to assimilate.
They want to assimilate. This is that Martin Luther King bullshit that we are still chasing. That dream is a nightmare, people. It's not a reality. At some point in time, reality has to set in and say, you know what? This ain't where this shit needs to be. Martin Luther King lied to us. He also said before they took him out, he had led us into a burning house. We still in that burning house. It was more important for Martin Luther King to go out here for us to sit at lunch counters than it was for us to create and to keep the wealth within our community. This is why Barron Allen is trying to buy Disney, something that will never happen, and Tyler Perry is trying to get BET. I say screw both of them. Start your own. You got P. Diddy, you got Jay-Z. They are music moguls. Why we don't have another Motown?
Man.
Huh?
Why
don't we have our own film industry?
We got all the talent.
These people are eating off of us.
We got all the talent.
Exactly. You got all these basketball guys out there. These guys are getting mega deals, $340 million deals. They got all this money, but our communities are the poorest people. But we got $1.8 trillion in spending capital. Y'all make this shit make sense to me, man. But we got our young men out here going to prison for dumbass crime, robbery, steal, murder, steal. Why?
Poor leadership.
Say it again, Mr. Producer.
Now that's poor leadership.
It's poor leadership. It's fixable. Who's going to step up to fix it? Like I told you earlier, I'm a nobody. I don't have those resources. The little resources that I do have, I live. I try to take care of myself, my family, the people around me that I care about. But those are, and if I can do something to help people, I do it. I do more work to help other people than I get paid for. Am I lying, Mr. Producer?
No, you're absolutely correct.
It's a talent that God gave me. But my time is short, people. Literally. I got a lot of health issues. I just don't come out and talk about this shit no more. But I'm saying, man, somebody has to step up at this point and beat that drum. Because at the end of the day, we're losing. What we got next, Mr. Producer?
Whoever that young lady right there is.
Dana Dane. I love this sister. Now, let me tell you why I like this sister.
Come on now.
Guess what she did, Mr. Producer?
What she do?
We did a video on, which was be the last thing we focus on for today's show, right? I did a video on Suki Hunter and Sexy Red. More so on Suki Hunter, right? This young lady stepped up and said that she did not want black women to be identified by the trash that Sexy Red had been putting out there. And I had been calling for this, but this girl here has a huge following on TikTok. She stepped up and she confronted Sexy Red. Sexy Red is fired back. She called Sexy Red and Suki Hunter plants, and they are. Like, who's behind this music that they're putting out?
Exactly.
You mean to tell me Drake gets Sexy Red to open up for him? Like, they pushing this shit to our kids. I got grandbabies. I have a granddaughter who I love dearly. I'll die for her. I don't want my granddaughter to listen to Sexy Red. Pussy lip, pink, booty hole brown. I don't want my granddaughter hearing no shit like that. And this shit is being marketed to black women. And this girl here at the top on the screen, Dana Dane, confronted them about it. And you know what all of the hypersexual content that you hear and how black women are being depicted in this manner, it sets them up to be trafficked. Human trafficking. That's what this is. It sets black women up to show them in a negative light. Matter of fact, me and Mr. Producer been trying to figure out how we can do it, but we're gonna bring it. There's some content out there. I'm gonna put the name out there today. There's some content out there today called Ghetto Gagglers. I want y'all listen to me. It's called Ghetto Gagglers. These girls here, Sexy Red and Suki Hunter, are trafficking black women for ghetto gagglers. If you go on there, people, and you all look at the despicable content of what these white men are doing to black women, if you all go on Ghetto Gagglers, ghetto, you know how to spell ghetto, Gaggers, we're going to do a show on it because it needs to be exposed. This is how they see black women. This is why people of other nationalities don't want white men in their countries dealing with their women. And when you all go on there and y'all see what I've seen and Mr. Producer have seen, what these white men are doing to these black women, your whole mindset of black women change. And this is what Dana Dane is talking about the aspect of how black women are looked at as being hypersexual. And these two rats that you see at the bottom, Suki Hunter and Sexy Red, they're promoting this to our young girls. And it's wrong on all levels. This would not be tolerable in the Arab community. The East Indians would not tolerate it. Caucasians would not tolerate it. And nowhere do you find women of other nationalities being promoted like these two lowlives are. This girl went to the VMAs and she was, Suki Hunter was, see if you can get that image, Mr. Producer. I think I sent it to you. But she went to the VMAs and she was licking on the floor. This is not indicative of black women. Send it to you.
I got it.
You got it? Pull it up.
She ain't licking the floor, but she on the floor.
Well, no, she had her tongue on it. Fact of the matter is, the point is this, people. The girl Dana Dane is fighting to keep a positive image of black women. And she's been criticized by black women who support this nonsense. Oh, she just hating on her cause they successful. She just doing that because she's a hater. Why? Because she want to hold black women in high esteem. This girl here is the one that was at the bottom. Some of the most foul, disgusting lyrics. She talks about, I beat a bitch ass. What else she say, Mr. Producer? Help me out here.
Eat a nigga ass.
Eat a nigga ass. I eat a nigga ass is what she say. I suck dick. That's what she talks about. Horrible, disgusting. She even said something about a man shitting on her. Am I correct? Pissing in her hair or something?
Yeah.
Come on, people. This is not what we do. What music label? We need to find out what music label is pushing this out. But this is the thing. This is why I was talking about earlier about with Tyler Perry. The VMAs is owned by the people who Tyler Perry was trying to buy BET from. You see where this is going? You see why they didn't want Tyler Perry to buy BET. They bring Suki Hana, somebody who has one of the most foul mouths ever, to the VMAs. She's licking the floor with her tongue. No class whatsoever. None. Talking about eating a nigga ass. She went to England to the palace there.
Yeah.
In front of the palace.
In front of the palace.
And said she wanted to get her coochie. What she said?
Stretched.
Her coochie stretched. She's in England. She gonna eat a nigga ass. That's what she said. All those dignitaries that are there. This is not indicative of black women. Y'all see where this shit is going? And for anybody out there to hold that type of shit up to say, well, you know what? Y'all hating on them because they're successful. If I got to be successful and I got to do that, I don't want that success. And she sold her soul to the devil. And I guarantee you, the Most High God is going to hold her and all those ones that condone that accountable. You cannot take evil and make it good, and vice versa. So, in closing, people, this is what I want everybody to understand. As a community, we got to do better. We don't need government to fix our problems. We fix them. We know how to fix them. Out of all of the people that we had on this show that we showcased, one person we left off, but we'll do it another time. Out of all the people we showcased on here, the only somebody that I would hold in higher esteem would be Deion Sanders. Everybody else, from the ministers to the black people in Congress, to Tyler Perry, to Byron Allen, to these two black women who have degraded themselves, other black women in their race, you all have failed black people. That's what it is. So we don't need to blame any other nationality. We need to accept the responsibility and say, you know what? Enough is enough, and it's now high time that we stand up to fix our own problem. And it begins with us. It's been fun, people. I hope y'all enjoyed the Chris Miles Show with Mr. Producer. We'll see you guys back here next week. Same place, same time. Most High willing. Okay? As I always say, the moving finger writes, has written, moves on. To all of you, good evening.